We'll see what we see. See who comes in. What's going on, whoever's there? Say hi at the like. Likes are free. 21 and a half days until I move to the Philippines. Fly out 3 weeks from tomorrow. Oh, no. How's it going? Say hello, hit the like. Good afternoon. Hey, Scott Mason. Things are going good. How are you feeling today? I've been going through packages that have been arriving. My GoPro Hero 12 Black and most of my accessories for it showed up today. So I've slowly been opening that stuff up, getting it updated. I got a shockproof, waterproof case for it. Last night I also ordered my luggage. Some bags I can fold up and put in the other luggage I got. I probably have at least one extra bag that should be able to fit in one of the larger suitcases, and it'll come in useful down the road because I'll be able to have a carry-on for me and a carry-on for Chi. Yeah, super excited. So 3 weeks from tomorrow I fly out. Just hoping it's soon enough. We'll see if it happens or not, but there's speculation from somewhere online that Biden could retire this weekend. I don't know if I see that happening, but Who knows with all the other crazy stuff that's going on. Here's the nice hard case I got. Oh, that's the idea. And then the package that had the creator edition also had all these different mounts. So there's a case for the mounts and stuff, but there's like a wrist mount, a head mount, a helmet extension, tripod, chest harness, bike mount, floating handle. So if you're out in the water and you let go, it doesn't plummet to the bottom of the ocean. A whole bunch of different things. And then that included also just a very small 64 gig memory card, but I bought two 512 gig cards as well. And then that package also came with 2 additional batteries, and then I ordered another charger that's got like 3 more batteries. And part of the reason I got that one is their extended batteries. Now I've got to decide if I'm going to justify getting a drone before I go or if I'm going to wait. I know it's cheaper if I buy it here, but I've put down a bunch of money the last couple weeks, and I think it's useful money that I've spent, but I got to cut myself off at some point. The only thing I don't have is a drone. That GoPro Creator Edition is nice because it comes with a case you put it into that's called the Media Mod, and it gives it a better microphone, and you can attach a light to it. But then it's also got kind of a stick you hold it on that also has a battery in it, so you can use it to keep the camera charged up. And then the base of that also splits out, so it's also a tripod. I think one more thing I should get is this tripod rig I have for the table. I think I should order another one so that she has one as well. That'll be useful for various things. An example would be there's been at least once where Gio was interviewing a guy, and his wife was off at another table interviewing the guy's girlfriend or wife. So I don't know that she has a tripod, and it's not expensive, so it's not a big deal to get it. Yeah. Well, I started on an Atari 2600 and a Commodore 64, so things have definitely come a long ways. Some of the games on the Commodore 64 were, it took like half an hour to load it, and it was loaded off a tape deck. How crazy is that? It literally was like a cassette tape. I love the Atari. I wish my dad had not. He didn't even sell it. He gave it to his guy that used to work for him for his kid when his kid was little. He's like, I didn't think you wanted that anymore. I'm like, that was a collector's item, Dad. That would probably be worth some money today. I mean, the first Nintendo, the NES, was pretty advanced for electronics compared to even the Atari. Seems to be a slow day today. Maybe I should have taken a nap instead of going live, but figured I'd see how many people popped in. It's probably only about 45 minutes until Chi wakes up, unless her nephew wakes her up. He's supposed to stay there with her for a week, but sounds like last night was the first night he's been away from his mom ever. And he was already getting rather sad and constantly asking to call his mom. So I don't know that this was necessarily the best time for her to bring him for his first time away from his mom. Because it's a 2.5 or 3 hour bus ride by the time she gets back to Dumageddon. And I think that's just to get to Biowan City, and then it's like another hour to get to her parents' place where her store is. So nice. If he's too terribly upset, she may have to turn around and head back to her parents' place to take him back to his mom. So we'll see what happens. I didn't even know she was going to take him. She had mentioned that she might. She's like, well, maybe not this time. But then she got there. She's like, oh, my nephew's here too. I was like, okay. I mean, it's fine with me that he's there. I just, maybe a 4-hour trip the first night away from Mama is not the best option. Really, you just got to keep them busy so they don't have time to be missing anybody. Keep them going until they crash. Yeah. He's a cute little guy. He's the one that's always popping in and visiting her when she's doing her live streams and stuff. Good. How are you doing, Paul at UK? Do I know you from another channel? Thanks for coming in. If you're totally new or from somewhere else, just let me know if I've seen you before. Oh, right on. Well, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Always good to see more people in here. Oh, and there's Giga. What are you up to, Nanners? Yeah, I'm super excited, man. I've already got a place rented. My girlfriend's there now. It's only Thursday here. It's warm today. I'm adjusting to the heat somewhat, so I'm not going to necessarily say it's hot. It's 81.6, but considering a few days ago it was in the 90s, I'll take 81.6. So, Paul, are you going to visit the Philippines at some point? Or have you before? If you talked about it in Jasper's chat, sorry, I don't remember. I have so much going on, not just with YouTube, but in my personal life. It's hard to keep track of everything. Right now it is. This is like, I don't know, it varies year to year. Sometimes we have a few weeks of good weather. Sometimes we have a month, 2 or 3 months of good weather. But generally speaking, Seattle area is probably pretty similar to the UK, cloudy and rainy most of the time. All right, cool. So I'm one of the lunatics that has basically sold everything and is moving without having done a previous trip. So I really don't have any need to go to Aberdeen. There's nothing out there for me. And at this point, I'm low on time. So, I mean, I've lived here since 1995, except for 3 years in Hawaii, and I've never been to Aberdeen. So if I haven't done it in basically 30 years, there's no point in going now. Four or five people, nice. I have been to Astoria, and I've been to the Goonie House. So I'm moving to Valencia in Negros Oriental, which is kind of a suburb of Dumaguete. It's like 10 kilometers up the hill from Dumaguete, up the mountain. Nice thing about being up the mountain is it's cooler. So depending on the time of year, a lot of people, including a lot of foreigners, don't even have to run their AC. Now, obviously, earlier this year there was quite the hot spell, dry spell, so that was a bit of an exception, but they said that was pretty extreme for there. I'm sure there's good views, and there's falls nearby. There's a nice resort nearby that looks like huts with a bunch of different pools and little man-made waterfalls. And then not terribly far from Dumaguete is Casaroro Falls, which is a real pretty set of falls to go to. It's a bit of a hike out there, but that's the kind of stuff I like to do. And since my GoPro arrived today, that'll be like one of the early things to do. That'll be perfect for that. Although I get there on the 11th, and then on the 15th we go to Bohol for 3 days. It'll be myself, Chi, and Matets. So pretty excited to get there and immediately go on a trip to Bohol. From there, you talking about Mary Rose? No, she and I are just friends. And she and I are in a serious relationship, and she's going to be moving in immediately. So, yeah, no, I'm not messing around. I'm not dating around. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, I'm going to be retired when working on YouTube. YouTube's the only job I'm going to have, so we're going to be planning lots of trips, even if they're just day trips. Go on a walk, go on a hike. Find topics to walk and talk about. We've got good phones and mics to record with. I got the okay. Got my GoPro today with every kind of mount I could possibly want, basically. I got the, what is it, the max lens mod that takes it from like 150 some degrees to I think 170 some degrees. How old do I look to you, Paul? Obviously I've got gray, but I mean, I went to high school with the guy that was turning gray in high school, so. What's up, Kuya Shiv? Nice, nice, nice. That was for you, Paul. How old do you think I look? Ah, you're very, very accurate. I'm 49 and a half, so. And here is my beautiful girlfriend. How old does she look? This is a fun game. Give you another. A lot of people say early to mid 20s. She's 32. Never married, no kids. She does want to have kids, so part of the deal with being with her was I have to be willing to have a kid, which I am. As far as I'm concerned, she's a total smoke show. But I mean, I was going to move to the Philippines even before I met her. and I was going to Valencia before I met her. It just happens that she also lives on Negros, so it's a nice bonus, but I was going there anyway. Yeah. So I did 13 years in the Navy, 16 and a half years in a Navy shipyard, all working on submarines. I'm not actually eligible to retire from the shipyard, but with the amount of stress in my job, I'm pretty burnt out and I just needed to do something else. Ha! Yeah, I feel like I won the lottery landing Chi. She's a sweetheart. Hey, Will, what are you doing? So I got VA disability money from my time in the Navy, and when I started researching the Philippines and found out cost of living from a bunch of different videos and sources, what's up, Mark? My beloved is getting some practice with what? All right, Scott Mason, take it easy. I'm just leaving my job. I'm leaving it on good terms. So let's say in a year-ish things don't work out. I think it would be pretty easy to come back to the job, but that's not my plan or my intent. I just want to get out there, and we did find out like yesterday that there's a change to the tourist visa policy that's being looked at. It's not been voted into law yet, and if it does get voted into law, then it looks like it wouldn't take effect until June of next year. So by then I should be able to, I'll be past my 50th birthday at the end of March. So before that law takes effect, I should be able to apply for and get on an SRRV visa. I think I will get monetized quickly. I checked Studio this morning, or just right before I went live today, and I was at, well, let me look again, 300 and something, almost 400 hours out of 3,000, which is a big chunk. I'm at 395 of 3,000 for the initial monetization. Now that doesn't get ad revenue, but I can have super chats, a membership system in my live chat, and I can have a store. So I've already to hit 500 subscribers and then also 3,000 watch hours. I'm already over 500 subscribers, so with the videos we're gonna make of me traveling over there and then initially meeting Chi for the first time, should be able to get monetized very quickly. And then the second tier of monetization comes at 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, but I think getting from 3,000 to 4,000 will be really no big deal. I mainly started it over here to document and talk about some of the research I've done and kind of get used to doing a little bit of editing and talking to the camera. Let's see. Let me look. I'm at 731 right now, which is funny because that's the whole number of my first submarine was 731. Yeah. So I'm almost at 400 of 3,000. So that puts me 2,600 left to hit the first level of monetization. So I think that'll go very rapidly when I first get there. I just figured I would chunk away as much as I could while I was still here, because the sooner I can get monetized, then the fewer videos that will be just getting me to monetize but not actually bringing in income. And I don't have to have income from YouTube to make it over there. It'll just anything over and above my VA disability is going to be just a nice little bit of gravy and let us do more travel and things like that. So but all you fine people are helping me with my watch hours right now. I did a 4-hour live stream yesterday, and with all the people that came through and the time they spent, it gave me like 19 hours and 20 minutes or 40 minutes. So the YouTube studio runs about 5 days behind. So I wouldn't be surprised if I'm at about 430 or 440 hours by next Monday, if not further. So the other thing you guys could do that would help out, 1 degree here, a bit fresh. 1 degree. Celsius. That would be pretty cold for Australia. My video editing setup is a CapCut app on my phone. So we'll see. I don't even have a laptop or a tablet yet, so I'm not sure exactly what tools. I am subscribing to the GoPro subscription, and I think they have some tools as well. Or I can import the videos to my phone and edit them on there. So it's a very basic editing setup initially, since it's basically just phones and apps. But I've got high quality DJI mics, so the audio is good. I'm not using them right now, so I can keep my phone charged. For a while I was using them on the live streams, but then I listened to some of them, and the mic is picking up pretty good when I'm right next to my S23 or S24 Ultra. So right now I'm just using the onboard mics, but I do have the nice DJI mics. And what's nice about those, they've got a greater than 800 foot range. So if I'm doing videos away from the phone, then it'll sound like I'm right next to the phone, you know, so it doesn't matter. And it's a pack of 2, so I can mic up Chi and I, or I can mic up myself and whoever I'm interviewing. It's right now it's 43% humidity, 82.7 Fahrenheit. I will probably still usually say Fahrenheit even when I'm in the Philippines, if for no other reason than just to confuse people and annoy people. If I can give somebody small things like that to complain about, then give them the low-hanging fruit, and they'll probably overlook some of my bigger flaws. It is dry, and it's actually a critical fire hazard right now, so yeah, I mean, all the videos I've done so far, and I did it's not just the free CapCut, I did subscribe to it, so I've got access to their AI features and transition templates and things like that. So I haven't really started messing with it, but I can do quite a bit. I also subscribed for a year of a service called Slipstream, and there's a lot of music on there, a lot of music and sound effects, and you have to, I got the higher end one, so you're not, the basic subscription for that lets you connect one account to it, like one YouTube or one TikTok. But then I upgraded it to the pro version, and it's an unlimited number of social media accounts. So I'll probably cross post things, and that's another reason. The first few videos I did, I was doing on YouTube Create, but I'm switching over to CapCut because I can edit things on CapCut, and then once I render the video, I can send it straight to TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, from one screen. So yeah, I've listened to some channels and they were doing a live stream, and it was this older guy and his Filipina living in Australia, and they were standing like 10 feet away from their camera, and the wind was blowing. Between the wind blowing and the distance they were from their phone, somebody drove by on a Harley, you could barely hear him talking. And I left a comment like, you guys need to get wireless mics, and they're like, yeah, we're saving up. I'm like, man, you can get a basic set of mics for $50. Come on. And the audio was so bad I never watched their channel again. So I'm glad I saw that before I even created my channel, because I went ahead and dropped the money on some good mics, because what I don't want to do is have horrible audio and have somebody come in and say, oh, I'm not even going to listen to this channel because his audio is crap. So I got nice DJI mics, and I had the DJI mic, the original set, the first version, and there's some features of the DJI Mic 2s that interested me, so I splurged and went ahead and bought those for myself, and I'll be giving the original set to Chi, but they're still amazing mics, and that's a $250 set of mics. So we'll both have mics, and I've gotten a few accessories for her as well. She hasn't asked for anything. The things that I've bought her are just my idea, and she's actually telling me, no, I'm fine. You don't need to spend money on me. And I'm like, listen, let me do some things for you. You're spending all this time riding the bus back and forth 3 hours at a time to get us a place to live. And I said, if we're going to be basically what we're going to be doing is working on our YouTube channels together and traveling around, the least I can do is help set you up some good equipment to improve your audio and video quality. I mean, her stuff already looks nice, but I've got a gimbal for my phone, but it's a little weak. It doesn't like the weight, even having a case and the mic receiver in. And I was looking at getting one for my GoPro, even though GoPro has a really good stabilization on it. Yeah, the DJIs are amazing. And the reason I didn't even know they existed, where I found out about those, was I really liked the audio that Geo has. So in one of his videos, I asked what he used, and he said he was using the DJI mics. So that's what I went ahead and got, because it's basically sounds pro quality. I know a lot of people say, oh, you should only get Rode mics and stuff, but the features of these and the fact that they have like an 800-foot range, they've got like a 14-hour internal storage on them, so you can record it that way. Let's say something happens with the recording and the audio goes to crap, you still have the audio, and you can, in post editing, go back and overlay it back over the video. So yeah, She's really awesome. She worked in Manila, worked and lived in Manila for over 10 years. And now she's been back in the province uh, with her family for like 4 years. Um, and working in Manila was to help her family, but she also saved a lot. And when she went back to the province, she had money and built a really nice sari store that you can even go inside. It's not like just an external one where you point to the stuff and they hand it to you. Yeah, me too, man. She's doing amazing. I mean, so she's lived in the city. She's still a humble province girl. She knows how to handle money. She's been running her sari store for like 4 years. So she knows how to handle money. She knows how to set aside the money to restock her store. If you look at the short from her store, it's immaculate and just everything is super tidy and organized and stocked. And then she only started YouTube like 8 months ago, and she's already over 13,300 subscribers. And they teach them English in school, but they may not speak it much. So they learn to read it and write it, but speaking it, they don't have a lot of experience with. She said she really only started speaking English a year ago. So, she's really like the whole package. She knows how to deal with living in the city. She knows how to handle money. She knows how to run a business. She's doing really well with her YouTube channel. I mean, she's already bringing in like $600 a month on Nosebleed. Yeah, I know that. She's bringing in like $600 a month on her YouTube. What went from 10 to 15 real quick? Yeah, I feel like I won the lottery meeting her. And I just stumbled into her live stream one day and started watching. And the more I watched, the more I liked her. And I was like, man, you can tell, because she's not doing the clickbaity stuff that some of the other Filipinas do. And her lives aren't set up for simp bait. They're set up for connecting to other people, and that's why you see I don't even know what you mean with the 10 to 15. You got to give me full comments, because I'm also trying to read comments and just talk to people, so you got to be very clear. I don't know exactly what you mean. But yeah, she's doing great. But very quickly I was like, she's super genuine and sincere, and she remembers people when they come in and asks how they're doing. You can tell she actually cares. And before we had even chatted off of YouTube, I was like, if I ever somehow, if she ended up single again, because she had a LDR at the time, I said, if she ever ended up single again and I somehow managed to get her interest, I would do just about anything to make that work. I mean, I'm not going to be a simp. I'm not going to accept bad attitude or anything, but I've looked and looked and looked. And I am not finding any red flags. And that's not me being blind to them. I'm looking to try and find them, and I'm really just not finding them. So we'll see how we get along in person, but I mean, I think it's going to go well. We talk really good. We talk about all sorts of stuff. We're both interested in YouTube, so it's not like I'll be doing it, she'll be bored, or vice versa. And it's stuff that we can do together. We'll go places to explore and experience places together for us, but then we can also be making videos for our channels and stuff. Thank you, Paul. I'm trying to be sensible about it, but I mean, she's really a whole package. She doesn't have a degree, but the reason she doesn't have a degree is since she was the oldest. Usually to get a job in the city, they've got to have a degree, and she managed to get a job. She stopped her schooling and got a job without a degree to support the family, and has put her two younger sisters through college, and they're both doing really well. And without me even asking, she let me know that she already has boundaries set up with her family, that because of all the sacrifices she's made in life to help the family and help her sisters, that once she starts her family, that's going to be her focus. If she has extra after the family's taken care of, then she'll still help the family, but her focus is going to be her family. And so that was nice, and I didn't even have to ask about that. She told me. And she hasn't asked for anything from me. She hasn't asked for money. I've sent some things here and there, but it's really was for once after we got established and we were together, and it was I sent money so she could rent the place that we're going to be living in. Well, I'm sure that some of the guys in her chat are on the simpy side and think they have a shot with her, and the flirt with her, and the flirting with her doesn't bother me. Now, if somebody, so far I'm not, a lot of people know that we're together, but a lot of people don't. We don't like openly discuss it in her channel yet, and we're still discussing how to handle things. Whether we're gonna both make videos of our meeting and put them up, or if we're gonna make videos for me and just I put them up. But I don't know. We're still kind of figuring that out. Because once it's announced, we know some of her viewership and views will go down. But at the same time, in a lot of ways, it could probably go up. So we'll see what happens. But if somebody knows we're together and it still is being flirty and stuff, that's when I'll be annoyed. If it's just random person that comes in and doesn't really know she's with somebody and they're flirting with her, then I don't have any reason to be jealous about that. I'm not an idiot, and she's not being flirty. She's just being herself. She's not wearing skimpy clothes. She's not eating pasta and chicken feet, trying to look sexy and draw people in. So it's not like a Gillet situation. Not that I see anything wrong with what Gillet does. It's just not her, and it's not us. She's 32. No kids, never married. Does want at least one kid. So I've been very open with her that I'm willing to have one, but I can't guarantee one from me, because August in 2000 I got a vasectomy, so I could get a reversal, but between it being 24 years since I had it done and my age, there's no guarantee that it would work. If that didn't work, or maybe instead of doing that, another option is, and it doesn't sound fun, they can take basically a large gauge needle and put it into your nut and extract your swimmers. And then I don't know from there if it's a full IVF thing, or if they like turkey baste the swimmers into the uterus or what. But there's that way, and if that doesn't work, and we can't have one naturally ourselves, then I told her we could look at adoption, because I know there are kids that are orphans, and there's orphanages and stuff and group homes, And I was adopted when I was a week old. My parents never had their own kids. They adopted me, and then 3.5 years later, they adopted my sister. And they always treated my sister and I aren't blood related. My parents and I aren't blood related, but they always treated us like we were blood related. So for me, that's how I always treated. Like, my first wife had a daughter when I met her. That's how I never called her my stepdaughter, even though she was. I adopted her. And then with my last wife, we've been separated for almost 3 years, but she had 4 kids, and I treated them like mine. And I don't mean that like they're your kids so you treat them bad or something. I treated them good, like I would have treated my own blood children. So she and I will have kids, whether that's from getting her pregnant or from adopting. NASCAR. Sorry, I'm just going through my notifications real quick. I did say sexy and chicken feet in the same sentence because Jalea used to do very conservative, respectable videos. And then in like December, she decided she was going to go to Pattaya, Thailand for a week. Don't really know why you would do that as a single Filipina. Who knows, maybe she was secretly meeting a boyfriend that she hadn't announced, but she went to Pattaya, Thailand for a week. Thanks, Paul. And while she was in her room in Pattaya, she started wearing kind of skimpy stuff, and she was sitting on the couch in her suite eating like spaghetti and chicken feet. So yeah, they could have flown her out. If she was meeting somebody, she did a really good job about not letting anybody know. But she interviewed a bar girl, like she paid her bar fine to take her back to her room and interview her. And from that point on, it's now been the Jalea that you've seen this year. And her videos changed, her whole everything, her demeanor, everything changed. And I'm not saying it's necessarily bad. I don't dislike Jalea. I'm not throwing shade on her. I stopped watching the videos because it turned into a simp fest and like a clickbaity simp fest, and I just wasn't interested in that. I was trying to do actual research. Hey, Lizabelle, thanks for coming in. Feel free to drop a link. So ever since Jalea went to Pattaya, she's been weird. Even before she came back, something major happened there, and it like she did a 180 from what she was like prior to that. So yes, I said sexy, pasta, and chicken feet in the same sentence. I'm guessing that those live streams are probably still up, so I'm not making it up. And there's other people that have watched her that as soon as I mention that from time to time, they're like, yep, I remember watching that. And you watched the way her videos were before she went to Pattaya and after, and it's like they were being made by a different person, in my opinion. So that is what it is, but my point is that that's not at all how she is. She is very reserved and conservative. Maybe we'll see if that ends up causing any issues, because I am not super conservative and reserved. Hey, Jester. Yeah, I mean, she took off with subscribers and stuff, but I mean, the simpy stuff pulls in the views and subscribers. Hey, Ben. My goodness, we got a bunch of great people in here. Um, but it wasn't the channel that Jaleh became. It was not interesting to me anymore because I was going for actual information and learning from my research to move there. So as soon as it lost those qualities, then I just stopped tuning in because I didn't have time for those stupid shenanigans. And it's great for her income and great for her subscriber base and her income, but it didn't serve any purpose for me because I had greater things in mind. Yep, 21 and a half days till I fly out. So it's Thursday afternoon here. Tomorrow will be, in the afternoon, will be 3 weeks till I fly out from Seattle to San Francisco. And I've got about a 3 or 4 hour layover. And then I will fly from San Francisco to Manila to Dumaguete. And along the way, pick up a day. So I'll actually arrive I don't know, 27 to 30 hours after I leave, probably approximately. I'm flying into Manila. So right now, United and Philippine Airlines are supposed to have direct from San Francisco to Cebu, but none of those were showing as available. So, hey, Adobo Gains. Is that you, Squid? Adobo Gains, is that Squid in Tech? Banso, Kuya Barako, Kuya in Tech. I feel like, yeah, oh my, see? And the only reason I knew is I looked at the actual link for your channel and it says Kuya _ loves Pendisol, Pendisol, I don't know. My goodness. Nice. You and all your different names. I don't know what's with that. But I'll pick up a day, Ben, so because I'll cross the international date line. So I leave here on the 9th and I'll technically arrive sometime in the evening of the 10th as far as US Pacific time. But I'll arrive and as long as I make it from one terminal to the other, because I've got to get off my flight in Manila, retrieve my bags, go through customs, get to another terminal in Manila, get checked back in, and make it to my flight to Dumaguete in like a hair under 3 hours. So hopefully that happens, because I've heard in Manila airport it can take 2 hours to clear customs. So I don't know how much of a problem it'll be if I don't make that connecting flight. But as long as I actually make all my connecting flights, I'll arrive in Dumaguete on the Sunday the 11th at about 9:55 in the morning, local time. Yeah, I'm really not nervous about going. I mean, I'm leaving a lot of things behind. I'm really just excited. The thing I'm really nervous about is just getting on all my flights, because I'm taking out, it's booked through Philippine Airlines, but it's Alaska Airlines from Seattle to San Francisco. I've got to collect my bags and then check into Philippine Airlines and do all of that stuff and get through security again. And then once I arrive in Manila, get my bags again, clear customs, change terminals, check in again, and get to Dumaguete. Well, I'm definitely going to rest. I've got I really wanted to try and keep my Secret Labs chair and ship it, but I haven't decided yet. There's a few things I may put in storage here to ship later, or I would mark certain boxes like these are things I'm keeping 100%, even just because they're vital documents or vital things like heirlooms. And then I'll have some other things marked with storage, but possibly ship. So at some point I may remotely purchase a half container and then have that shipped over on a slow boat. But my point with that was I've got a Secret Labs chair, but what a lot of people don't know is they also make Secret Labs travel pillows, and they're about $65 or $70. But oh my goodness, is that thing comfortable? And they're memory foam, but your head can't really go like this. It's more like a neck brace, so it's kept centered and upright. I've used that in my at work before when I had to stay like overnight and there wasn't anything to do for hours, so I took a nap. I put that thing on. I slept like a baby for like 3 hours. I used it in my car too when I was coming back from Oregon and stopped at a rest area, napped for about 3 hours in my car, and to be honest, I was about as comfortable as if I was laying down because of that travel pillow. So yeah, so any of you that are doing travel in the future, if you don't have a travel pillow, get one. And I highly, highly, highly recommend splurging on one of the Secret Labs travel pillows. It is worth every freaking penny. When I was at my last command in the Navy back in 2004 to 2007, I was in projects and we had to fly back and forth across the country almost once a month, if not more than once a month. And so I got very used to sleeping on the plane, and with a travel pillow, more than once I was asleep before we even pulled away from the jetway. Nice, Ben. Congratulations. We hadn't heard from you for a few days, so we were worried you had gotten you or your place or whatever had gotten damaged or injured by the storm. So I can't really do affiliate link anything until I get monetized. So I don't know. Maybe I can do an affiliate link now. I don't know if I can or not, but I would have to become an affiliate, which I am not yet. But I will definitely try and get Secret Labs on board with those pillows, because I think, like Jasper, I'll probably motivate a lot of people to visit the Philippines or other places. And with those long trips, a travel pillow makes a world of difference. And I had a $15 one and it worked great. And this one from Secret Labs, so let me put it to you this way. I probably flew across country 10 to 15 times with that $15 travel pillow, and this thing is way, 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 way better. Wow. Well, I'm glad your place is okay. So glad you were spared from that stuff. So what's funny is I used to have a flock of chickens that just kind of roamed around our yards. And we had like 5 or 6 roosters, not by choice. Either when we got the chicks, some that were supposed to be hens were roosters, but we also, for like 2 years, we had enough eggs being laid that we were having baby chicks too. So for like 2 or 3 years, our flock was self-sustaining, but we ended up with a lot of roosters. About half of them went down the street to a kind of a little farm, and they'd have them for dinner. But after my wife left about 3 years ago, that winter of 2021, all the chickens got picked off, and pretty soon all I had left was one rooster. And I came out one day and he was gone. But other neighbors have chickens and roosters. But I'd hear this one and he would go off all hours, and I'm like, and the sound of him, I'm like, that sounds like my rooster. And he'd be up that way, and I'd hear him that way, and I'd hear him over that way. And what I think it is, I think that is my rooster. But once all of his hens were gone, I think he just roams around the neighborhood about a 3 or 4 block radius looking for his hens. Because he goes all around the compass here. So that rooster, I think, is probably actually my rooster. But I haven't seen him in over 2.5 years. He just does his own thing, crows any time of the day or night, just like the Philippines. So yeah, the roosters don't bother me. I like hearing a rooster, even if it's in the middle of the night. I just sleep right through it. Now, barking dogs can annoy me, but yeah. But it's funny. Every time I hear him, I'm like, that's probably my guy, and he's up that direction now. But just as often, I hear him down that direction. So it's kind of amusing. I think he annoys the entire local area. I've never seen him in my yard again. I just hear him move around, and maybe all the neighbors have a rooster, and it's different roosters going off at different times. But the sound, I would probably put $100 that that's my rooster. Yeah. So Ben, you've probably seen Mark before. He changed his name to Mark with the Australian flag, but that's Mark Wharton. He changed it yesterday. He's been in Cheese live streams quite a bit. Manly Beach. I feel like maybe I should live in Manly Beach. Oh! Bob Newhart died today at 94. Rip Bob Newhart. Yeah, well, what are you doing? That'd be great. I'll tell you, I may only be 49 and a half, but I have worked my butt off for the last 30 years. I've probably already done as much work as most people do by the time they retire at 62. Yeah, I did too. I grew up watching the Newharts and hi, I'm Larry. This is my brother Daryl. This is my other brother Daryl. I was actually kind of surprised he was still around years ago when he was doing guest appearances on Big Bang Theory. So he and Betty White lasted a really long time. I'm going to get some more ice water. I'll be right back. That is music from the Philippines. That is Waray Waray Cha Cha. The specific name of this one is Waray Waray Cha Cha Disco Mix by DJ JNG. This is the one that Chi plays all the time in her live streams, and she doesn't get any copyright issues from it, so I figured it was pretty safe for me to play too. Todd, welcome, buddy. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, nice shirt. And it's got Ash. And then my dog's name is Ash, not remotely related, but yep. Where is Chi? Yeah, most of my t-shirts I got from Loot Crate. I've had a Loot Crate subscription for like 8 or 9 years. Well, hopefully I don't get any more boxes because I signed into their website and it says my subscription isn't active anymore. I'm not really sure when that got canceled because I was still getting boxes. I did cancel Ash's Bark Box, which made me sad and made them sad because they lost some money, but maybe once I get over there I'll see if they ship to the Philippines or not. Hey, if things get tight, I'm happy eating chicken and fish and lots of rice. I actually love rice. Yep. So Chi has like a shorter version of it that she restarts a lot. Hey, Austin Wynn, welcome back. But yeah, this right here you hear on Chi's live streams all the time. And that's where I got it from her. So it's happy music, it gets me bebopping, but it also reminds me of Chi every time I hear it, so. Get me used to Philippines music and gets me in the vibe. I'm super excited to get there. She's in Valencia at our place right now. Thanks, Austin. I appreciate it. I don't even hardly have that many videos yet, but I do my live streams and I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Well, I'll make it so you can hear it better. Some people sometimes say it's too loud. It was difficult at first because I only had 2 devices because you have to stream on one, have your live stream open on the other, and then I was having to go back and forth between the music and then my live stream chat. But now I have 3 devices because this one's my S23 Ultra that will maintain a US number, and then I've got an S24 Ultra that has no service that I purchased outright unlocked for a Philippine SIM, and then my Galaxy Note 9 is specifically for playing music while we're on stream. Well, I like hearing it. I got about 6 linen shirts. They're supposed to be real good for over there because they're very breathable. 2 of them are tank tops. I think one of them, maybe 2 of them are short sleeve, but by short sleeve, they still come about 3/4 of the way down my arm, which I don't like. I either like it above my elbow, you know, or a long sleeve that I can roll up. So that one that's about 3/4 of the way down, I'll probably still have to roll it up and like tack it in place or something, because being 3/4 down my arm annoys the crap out of me. Yeah, and most of them are the KuyaStorm brand on Amazon, and they've been running specials on those. I don't know if it's because they're actually running sales, or I've had them in my wish list and they're showing me good prices to get me to buy them. But yeah, linen tank tops. KuyaStorm has linen tank tops in a bunch of different colors and designs. She has quite a bit to learn from me and my sense of humor. I know she doesn't like hearing any swearing, but I'm pretty good at limiting it, but it comes out, especially if I get fired up or if I'm grumpy. I've been around sailors. I was a sailor and I've been around sailors or former sailors for 30 years, so the fact that I swear as little as I do most of the time is surprising, because when I'm at work, not just me, all of us, oh wow, Lou Dobbs died too. Wow. So Bob Newhart died today, Lou Dobbs died today at 78. There was one, I don't even remember what it was, but it was something about, he was talking about not swearing and, you know, change it to blessings and fluffy bunnies. Man, there'd be blessings and fluffy bunnies for everybody, as far as the eye could see. Lou Dobbs was one of the major conservative newscasters for years and years. I mean, he had his own show a long time. I can't remember if it was on the main networks or if it was on Fox or... Yeah, he seemed pretty center of the road, even though he was conservative. Yeah. One minute you're here and next minute you're not. And that's part of the reason I'm stepping away from my job at 49 and a half. I keep seeing people that are in their late 40s, early mid 50s, barely 60, dropping dead like flies. And I'm like, you know, I'm in a super high stress job. And yeah, if I worked there another 10 years, I could get a good retirement from the shipyard, but I may have a stroke or a heart attack in that 10 years. I'd rather go somewhere that makes me happy and I can afford it because of my VA disability. So I'm leaving a lot of money on the table at my job, but I'm going to try and put in paperwork for deferring my retirement. I may not even have time to do that, but I'm going to attempt to. But even if I can't, I'll be fine, because I'll go out on my VA disability. After 5.5 years, I can pull on my thrift savings plan, and then when I'm 62, as long as it still exists, I can pull on my Social Security. And between those things, I should be able to be over, I'll probably be somewhere between 3,500 and 4,500, at least 4,000. And that's like living like a king. So actually, the longer that I'm in the Philippines, the more money that I'm going to have, because some of the things that I have set aside from my job will become available to me later. Good morning, Gemma. Good to see you in here. Yep. Life's not promised. I don't know that I'm doing everything right. My parents think I'm stupid for leaving the yard and leaving that retirement capability behind, but there's just too many people dropping dead, and I'm just like, man, even if I didn't die in that amount of time, maybe I would die at 63. You know, maybe I'd retire at 59 and a half and get to the Philippines and drop dead in 4 or 5 years. So nope. I have the capability to go now, so I'm going now. I don't think I could have found a better girl. All right, brother. Thanks for coming in, Paul. Come back in another time. It's usually pretty chill like this. I mean, it's not like super exciting like Jasper's, but we cover a lot of good conversations. Thanks for coming in, Paul. Chip's sleeping. He'll probably be up in a few hours, for a few hours. All right, whoa, thanks for coming in, buddy. Man, it's 3 o'clock. I'm surprised I haven't heard from Chi yet. But she was up pretty late, I think, doing her... I don't know how she gets the views she does on even her piggy bank lives. She did one the last 2 nights, and both of them have 10 to 12,000 views. Yeah, I'll definitely let you know. I'm not planning on having a whole lot of access to beef, but I'm fine with lots of chicken and fresh fish. Oh, there she is. Well, that's nice. She usually gets up at 5:30. She slept till 6, so... Yeah, something you guys can do is if you go to my playlists on my channel, I have a playlist called KuyaStorm Lives. And before you go to bed, just start that playlist and let it play. And that'll eat up a whole lot of watch hours. I've probably got like 40 hours plus of live streams now, so... Yeah, but I mean, I don't even think her regular live streams get that much, so I don't know. Maybe people turn it on for their kids. But the one from the night before last, she had like 11,000 on, and I let my 2 accounts run it overnight, and when I looked, it was over 10,000 views, so that's craziness. There she is. Good morning, Chi. How do you get so many views on those piggy bank lives? I don't understand. Yeah, she's got that algorithm down. I know I've got to do a lot more shorts. I just don't have a lot of time to do them now. But once I'm there, I'll be dropping silly little shorts, 4 or 5 of them a day like she does. So will be Chi storms? What? So Chi Adobo Gains is Joklang / Kuya Squid, Kuya Barako, Bunso, Kuya Intech. I can't even remember all the different names he has at this point. Yeah, how'd your nephew do last night? I think the trick there is keep him busy. Keep him busy watching things, take him to the mall, take him to Jollibee. Keep him busy until he drops. Don't even give him an opportunity to be missing mom. He'll just be too busy doing things until he falls asleep again. All right, I've got to take this call. All right, is it back now? Yeah, I had to take a phone call. It wasn't the phone call I thought it was. I've got to call my insurance company that I'm not going to have much longer, because they won't talk to the kid's dad to take the other insurance information they have. So I have to call my insurance and give it to them, because they're sitting on a bunch of claims right now. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I've got to call my insurance, give them the information, and then they're going to back process a bunch of claims. But very shortly, I'm going to rip that insurance out from under them. I'm not informing their father that I'm leaving until I'm already gone, because I'm worried he may try and do something to keep me from leaving, to try and keep me working to provide them with the insurance, which I'm not obligated to do. So I'll be glad when I can next year do the divorce and get that done, so I can just get them all off of my back. But with all the shenanigans going on in the US right now, I just need to get the hell out of here and get to the Philippines. There's a rumor right now on Telegram. I don't know what it's based off of, if anything, but the rumor right now is that Sleepy Joe may retire as soon as this weekend, which would put Heels Up Harris as the acting president. Not super happy about that. And something nobody seems very sure about, she could name her vice president. And some people are wondering, could she name Barry Soetoro? And then if something happened with her, he would end up as effective president without running for another term. How many subscribers do you have now, G? Because if you're at 50, you can do it, but you have to first, once you have 50, you have to click on the plus sign like you're going to launch it. And then it says, then it'll tell you it's going to take 24 to 48 hours to reconfigure your account to be able to do live streaming. Oh, you got 23. Well, as soon as you get 50, make sure you click on it like you're gonna start a live, but then it's gonna be 24 to 48 hours to actually, for your account to actually allow you to go live. So just be aware, once you hit 50, you got to do that and wait for a day at least before it'll actually let you go live. Because that happened to me. I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna go live now, and then it was like, come back in a day. I gotta check my email real quick. Nope. Yeah, you're welcome, Gemma. I didn't know that either. So, and I thought I had to have 100, but it turned out it was only 50. But then once, yeah. So everybody, if you can, please hop over to J Bus channel and subscribe to her. Let's get her up to 50 so she can click on the thing and get YouTube configuring her channel so she can start live streaming. Gemma, if you don't have one of those piggy bank dealios, you should go shopping today and get one of those toys, kind of like Chi has, so you can start doing those piggy bank short videos and piggy bank lives. And I'm sure you'll build up like she did in no time. And anything I can do, make sure you come in and drop links to shorts or videos of your channel, and I'll pin them for you, and I'll definitely try and filter people your way. I'm surprised you weren't in here earlier, Chi. We were talking about you for quite a while. That other guy that was in here was very impressed with everything you've done with your work experience, your YouTube channel, your Sorry store. So is, well, what are you doing? It was quite the chismis session about Chi the Filipina. It says I'm at an hour and 40 minutes. I'm pretty sure I'm over that. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it was about 1:40 I went live. I am going to have to make a phone call here very quickly. I have to make a very unpleasant decision about my other two dogs. Well, I've already made the decision. I just have to do it, and it has to be tomorrow. Won't be a fun morning tomorrow. You have a video about what? The other dogs are 7. But I've been trying to rehome them for like 2.5 years. And I even told a coworker and another friend of mine if they found somebody to take them or got them into a shelter or whatever, I'd give them $200. I even upped it to $250, and it's been months now. So I've done everything I can to get them into a new home or a no-kill shelter, and the no-kill shelters aren't even responding. My buddy tried to put them up on Facebook too, so I'm out of time. But yeah, I don't even want to say it out loud but I'm gonna have to put them down tomorrow morning. And I'm a softie, so that's hard. But I tried. I did my best. I was going to call on my other phone, but I can't because I shut off service to my other phone, so I can only call from this one phone. Go away, Yellow Jackets. I don't have any food for you here. Well, they asked me lots of questions like where have I tried to place them, and I list everything off I've tried to do. But I'm also moving to the Philippines, so it's not like I'm just tired of having them here. I really wanted them gone like 2.5 years ago. Come on, Dan. So I don't really have any option. Do I just go let them out somewhere?
Morning.
Hey, how'd you sleep?
Solid.
Chip just woke up. The stream's gonna go wonky for a few minutes, but I gotta make the phone call and I'll be right back. Hey, my tats, welcome in. I'll be back shortly. It's gonna go spinny for a couple minutes, but I'll be back shortly. I'm back. Try again in a bit. You're doing a workout now? You should be recording that for me. Thanks, Chi. Yeah, record the workout for me. I want to see. Well, the GoPro arrived and a lot of the accessories for the GoPro arrived. And I got a waterproof carry case, waterproof, shockproof carry case. I got two different waterproof shells for it. One is big enough to have the max lens mod on it, which takes it up to almost 180 degrees of view, and one that you use just the regular lens. And then with the package, I got this kit that came with 2 extra batteries, a 64 gig card, which is tiny. I got 2 512s, but this one right here has about every type of strap and mount you can think of: helmet, head, helmet extension, chest. That yellow thing is a float holder, so if you're in the water and you let go of it, it doesn't sink. It's got a bike mount, all sorts of stuff. Little tripod. Does it rhyme with Uncle Fester? Now, just a little bit ago, like in the last 10 minutes, the breeze came up and tried to take the umbrella for a ride. It's been all okay all day, but now yeah, I got plenty of memory cards and backup batteries, so sana all. I've wanted to get one for a long time, but it'll be nice for a lot of things. I'm pretty sure that one has HDR. I'm not 100% sure. I know there's another one that has HDR. There was kind of a fisheye lens that gave us like 360, kind of like the Insta360, but a GoPro version. And I also got a different gimbal for my phone. And that's, so the gimbal that I have will be is actually really nice, and it would be a hand-me-down to Chi. But the reason, it was partly so I could give her, but the one that I ordered can hold the phone, a GoPro, or a full-size mirrorless camera. So yeah, we'll both have stabilizer gimbals now. The one that I was using, I got the same company, but the one that I was using didn't like to hold my camera with the mic receiver and the case on it. So this one's a lot stronger since it can handle the weight of a full-size camera. This other one should work good for Chi, although since she'll have the, you just had to go there with the girls trip. Hi, Nico. And Chip's giggling about something unrelated, but interesting timing. What?
It was a righteous giggle.
Yes. Gemma heard you, so now you have to play nice and say hi to Gemma.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
See how that worked out for you, Jester. You can come back in 5 minutes, bitch. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, bitch. Yeah. Who else would like to play games with me now? You're banned, Jester, for 5 minutes. That's not even a funny joke. You may think it's funny, but I own the channel. And I can be nice on Bohol, or I can find ways to drive you insane while we're in Bohol. So think about that. You're next, Matets. I'm smiling, but this is my I'm going to stab you in the throat smile. Yeah, if you try and get Chi to sleep in your room, you may never leave Bohol. Or we could place a piece of Matets on every island we visit. Yep, there's Ash. What are you doing, Ash? Certified quality, hello. Ash, sit. Can you sit? You're going to be a butthole, aren't you? Sit. Thank you. Must be a full moon. Everybody wants to mess with Storm today. Yeah, boy. Yeah, for now. All right, next topic. Topic. Who's got the topic? Thanks for posting me, Matets. I don't know why it's getting blurry. It's coming up on 2 hours. I'll probably have to restart. a new stream, because this is about the point that it starts getting wonky. Appreciate you posting me, Matets. If you could post me again when I start back up, that would be fabulous. I'm going to end this one and restart the YouTube app and come right back. Good night, everyone. Haven't been sleeping much, so busy I'm going to get sleep this early and get more rest. All right, certified quality. Take it easy, buddy. The topic for today has been, I don't know, that I have, well, now it's, yeah, about 20, just barely over 21 days until I fly out. You earned that one, Jester. Are we going to play that game some more? Next time it'll be longer. All right, I'm gonna end this one and start up a new one. So, like, immediately. I just need to clear out the YouTube app because I see my picture on my other phone going blurry quite a bit. Yep. I'll end this one and start another one. Be right back. Hi, Nicole.